And now I give the floor to Mr. Yury Fedotov.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, Secretary General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today's meeting demonstrates the Security Council's strong commitment to confronting the crime of trafficking in persons in conflict and post-conflict situations. I thank the Italian Presidency for your initiative and for inviting UNODC to brief the Council. The meeting is also crucial as it examines the progress made in implementing Resolution 2331, and the new resolution to be adopted will set new goals and targets in combating human trafficking. Since your last meeting, large movements of vulnerable refugees and migrants driven out by conflict continue to be exploited by traffickers. We were all outraged by images showing that criminals are operating openly slave markets in Libya, where people are sold like commodities. I joined the Secretary General in condemning these appalling acts and take note of the assurances given by the Libyan government that this case is being investigated. Our collective horror at this news serves an important purpose. It can quicken the pace of our action and encourage a global partnership against human trafficking. What can we do? We can strengthen Libyan law enforcement capacities to investigate and prosecute criminals, align national laws to the UN Convention against transnational organized crime and the protocols on human trafficking and smuggling of migrants, build partnerships among states in the region against this crime, and improve the capacities of law enforcement authorities in Libya and other countries to investigate the finances flowing for this crime. And UNODC, as a part of a concrete response, is prepared to engage with the Libyan government. In more general terms, Mr. President, the widespread and systematic violations of people's fundamental rights in mass movements continue to be a cause of a grave concern. As the Secretary General mentioned, Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, ISIL, and other terrorist groups are exploiting young boys and girls as sexual slaves or soldiers. Thanks to the Security Council's efforts and the UN system work, including the General Assembly's recent review of the Global Plan of Action, there is a forward momentum against this crime. The international community's resolve needs to be translated into action across all regional processes and initiatives. Such efforts are firmly rooted in international law. The Palermo Convention and its protocols provide a solid legal foundation. I encourage parties to these treaties to strengthen international cooperation, develop comprehensive legislation, and to ensure that no offender escapes justice. Early warning and early screening initiatives must be used proactively while offering victims, especially women and children, protection and affording them the assistance to which they are entitled. UNODC's response to Resolution 2331 has been extensive, including help to disrupt and dismantle networks and tackle connected crimes such as money laundering and corruption. We have designed tools for UN bodies in conflict situations. We enhanced data collection processes, engaged in developing training of police officers seconded to DPKO, assisted victims under the umbrella of the UN Trust Fund for Victims of Human Trafficking, and helped states to implement the Trafficking in Persons Protocol, among many other things. I welcome the recent contributions of Italy and other states to the Trust Fund and call on everyone to follow their examples. Among the UN family, greater coordination is needed, and the Interagency Coordinating Group, ICAT, can help achieve this goal, as recently acknowledged by the General Assembly. To give new impetus to the joint work and efforts of ICAT partner members, UNODC is considering to convene a meeting at the principals level in 2018. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, UNODC stands ready to provide further briefings to the Council on the implementation of resolution to be adopted later today and to work closely with you to end this heinous crime. I thank you.
I thank Mr. Fedotov for his briefing.